Hi guys, welcome to video number 3 for my double page inspiration series. I hope that you're enjoying the layouts that I have made so far. If you're new to this series or new to my channel, I created this 4 video series. This is the third one, and it's basically sharing my tips and ways that I make double page spreads or double page layouts. I do a lot of event scrapbooking, and so that means that I have a lot of pictures of one event. And sometimes, or most of the time, they don't fit in just one 12 by 12 page. So I do dabble in 2 page spreads once in a while, and I use this series to kind of give me an accountability to make some more because I am pretty behind on my events, and so this is the third one, and I hope that you enjoy it. So going back to the layout, I have these die cuts. I think I got them, they're free cut files from the Scrapbook and Cards Today magazine blog. I like to go on there to go get the free cut files, and I cut them with my silhouette with just white paper, and I'm going to use them as a design for my layout. So this page, what I'm trying to share with you as a tip is that we can create bookends on the 2 edges of our layout to kind of ground and frame the pictures and our elements in our page. So because double page spreads are a much bigger canvas for me, that I like to ground my pages in a way where all of my items are in pretty much in the center of my page or my layout. So I like to do they call them bookends on each side, so one on the left and one on the right, and this is going to be those kinds of design or elements for me. This specific cut file was all together, and so I had to cut 3 at a time, and I'm just using some scraps of paper. I'm using a homemade kit that I made in October, and I'm kind of low on papers already, so this is also a great way to use up your scraps, and you will see me use a lot of them in this page. Because the white paper has holes in it, I mean, it's a pretty design, but it has holes in it. So I figured that I would cut out circles of pattern paper to go behind it so that you will still see the white design of the circle, but there is some other colors and design peeking through in the back. So I didn't want to bore you with making all of those 6 circles, so I kind of cut that out on the video, and now I'm going to be building up my page. I'm starting off with 2 gray cardstocks. I normally do white, but I wanted to stretch myself and kind of do something different. And these blue papers are LE Studio papers. They are from the Saltwater line, a little older of a collection, and it's more of a summer. But I love the color, the dark blues in that. And in the center is also an LE Studios paper. I forgot what line it is, but I thought I'm going to use that, but I think I'm going to be changing up my idea here in a few minutes. I'm working with, let me see, 1 4x6 and 2 4 6 8 2x3 photos. So like I said, double page layouts lend itself really well with a lot of pictures because you do have a bigger area to work with, and that's what mainly is the reason why I make double page spreads, so that I can put a lot of pictures. Of course you can enlarge pictures. I mean, I know that in the past that has been a trend in the scrapbooking world, is enlarging photos, but I feel like I like to get little bits and pieces of the story with more pictures than just one image. That hello word is cut out from a gold, kind of a cardstock type of paper, and it's from Graphics Arts, and I just used a font in my existing um, font file in my silhouette, and then I just typed in hello and cut that out. I do a lot of binge cutting with my silhouette. I actually haven't done that in a while, but that's what I do. I just feel like I don't have time to cut pieces per layout, if that makes any sense. So I like to just cut away, and then when I do feel like using some of my cut images, then I go through my folder of already pre-cut items, because I just feel like for me to get out my silhouette and to make the cuts just for like one title, I just don't think that that's a good um, use of my time. But you know, I mean, some people do it really well, and I I think it's great. But anyways, going back to the layout, so I trimmed that blue piece a little bit smaller, maybe a 1/4 inch, so that the the gray would still pop out on the edges of it, kind of like how it grounds the page. And I'm just taping my double page spread. I like to do that too, so taping it onto my mat so that it doesn't move when I am adhering all my items. And I used a gray strip of paper, added a scallop border on each end, and then cut them so I can have that as part of my bookends on this page. And I decided to use 3 circles. I figured 3 was a good number. I like to do odds actually instead of evens, because it's just more pleasing to the eye. And as you can see, I kind of matched the colors and the patterns on each of the circles. So as you can see on the top, I mean on the left, I have kind of a pinkish dot, and so that matches this red arrows on the bottom right. And then I had a strip of kind of light blue that matches the light gray on the right, and then the dark blue and the dark black matches together as well. See, this is one of those papers that I used for my circles, and I'm going to add that to my page as a layering element for my 4x6 photo. But since there's a circle on there, you would not know that that's not a full piece of or whole sheet of that block paper, because it's covered by my image or my picture, which I matted with blue cardstock. And then I have 3 2x3 photos on the bottom, and I left some parts in between those pictures, or the cluster of pictures on the bottom and then the 4x6 on the top, because that's where this the middle part of it is where I'm going to house my title. And then another thing I love to do with double page spread is just repeating elements to make sure that there's consistency on both pages. And so whatever I do on the left, I do on the right. And so because I layer those pieces of pattern paper on the back of the 4x6, I'm going to do the exact same thing with these smaller blocks of paper with the the 2x3 photos. And I already printed off my journaling. Sorry if you can see my head there. Um, on the white cardstock, I just grabbed whatever I wrote on my blog about this event, and so I cut and pasted it on a Word document and then printed it out on white cardstock. And I did add, for that journaling block, I added a strip of gold paper, glittered gold paper on the top, and then I added a word hello on the bottom. I mean on the top as well as a tab. I felt that the gold matched that hello gold on the on the left, so that's what I did. And then these arrows are actually from a die cut punch sheet. What is it called? Oh, Scenic Route. That's the name of the brand. And so I'm gonna just add that, one on the left and again on the right. And I love arrows as it leads the eye to where you want the person looking at your page to start, and where you want them to, basically where you want them to look. And I like that. Oh, I'm pointing to you that I wanted to create a visual triangle with these circles because I only had 3 left, and so that's what I was trying to figure out, of how the triangle is going to work, and that's how I build it up. I did one on the left, one on the right, and kind of one in the center. And then I'm using up these puffy stickers from My Mind's Eye. I love that sheet, and I wish that I had bought a few more sheets of that because I've used it all up, but it's good for me. It feels good to be able to use up a whole sheet in my kits, because then that means that I am being very good with my stash. These are letter stickers from My Mind's Eye, and it comes in 4 different colors. Excuse me. I'm using the kind of coral color, which match the circles on the pattern paper as well. And I wanted to do, one of the things that I've been trying to do recently is kind of mix match all of my titles, to have long titles and use up a lot of my letter stickers. And so that's what I'm going for here. I'm using 3 words to spell out my whole title in 3 different letters. So the gold hello is cut out from Silhouette. The fun kind of a maroon or purple glittered stickers are from a pack from KM Memories, and then the adventure is of course from the My Mind's Eye sticker sheet. And then I'm just playing now, having fun with all of my items. This particular word, enjoy, had gold in it as well, and so I figured that matched the gold on the left side. And so I'm just kind of building up all those words on the top because there's kind of a white space there. And then I'm adding this other word right over there with the arrow. And I think I'm going to be adding some splatters here using some Studio Calico White Mist. I'm going to add that in 2 different places on my layout. I'm just covering up my picture so it doesn't get the whites. And that will be it. Again, I want to thank you all for sticking with me with this series. I got one more video coming up next Monday, so I hope you stay tuned for that. And let me know if you've enjoyed this and if there's any other suggestions for a process video or a series. I will see you when I see you. Bye, guys.